You look good. All right, and good morning, everybody. Welcome back to a live episode of the Cashflow Agent Show. How are you, Daniel?
Good, I'm great. Great to be in Cabo, right?
Man, look at us here looking at the ocean, ready to get into the mastermind. And I don't know, it's just a lot of good stuff is going to be happening this week. So I'm excited that I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Although I'm still jet lagged, I'm still sleeping crazy hour, but I cannot wait to dive in. I'll go back with my eXPI family and start, I don't know, just killing this thing.
Yeah. It's a great day to just take away from everything and just stay focused, right? And just be in a beautiful place like Cabo. My first time to Cabo, so it's great to be here.
Yep, awesome. So Daniel, really the purpose of the conversation for the show is actually for me to get to know you a little better.
Yeah.
It has been a tool for me to get to know my agent a little better.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind going back to the beginning, if I don't know you, Daniel, who is Daniel Eng for those who never met you?
Yeah. My name is Daniel Eng, and I've been up in Dallas, grew up in Dallas, was born in Dallas, and originally my family's from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
And so immigrant family, and just growing up in the real estate because my parents were in it early on. They realized that real estate is the foundation of building wealth. So I was fortunate enough to see that and grow that. And I went off to college in Switzerland. I studied banking and finance.
Switzerland and banking and finance. Man, you all over the place.
Yeah. And yeah, coming back in 2001, we had of course, the world crisis when we had our 9/11 hit. I graduated in August, came back the following month, we had our 9/11, and a lot of things just change, right? Just all of a sudden. Learning about change right away in the real estate industry, that's how I got in.
Oh, which is good, which is really, it's going to be talking about change, talking about movement.
Yep.
Thing is constantly moving, thing is constantly evolving. Seems like you're no stranger to that.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we had our financial crisis back in 08, 09, and so just one thing after another. I see it now, I'm almost 45, just seeing like the cycles and the changes, and you have to continue to adapt. But yeah.
No wonder your business is so resilient, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get started when things are good, if you will, and then when things start to move around, the business struggle.
Yeah,
Seems like your business, you always see that things is constantly moving and constantly changing.
Yeah,
to
there's
adapt
no
to that.
smooth sailing in real estate or any business. Yeah, in any business. So I really try to, for example, back in 08, my father had a major stroke in 06. So I really only had if you look at the timeline, I only really had a good 5 years with my father to understand the business. But it's beyond that, because in 08, when we had our financial crisis, there were no deals being done. There was no financing. So you can imagine those things. And you know, I went to take my first CCIM course back in 2008, and that's a commercial investment certification.
Yeah, congratulations for that.
And I met a lot of great people in that network. So
awesome. So seems like your family, you mentioned your father, he is already in real estate, and you learned the business from him. So is that how you get involved in real estate, or
yeah, because my father's an entrepreneur. He had 7 restaurants in his lifetime.
No way, 7 restaurants.
He was one of the first MetLife insurance agents in Texas as a Chinese. And but he understood growth, and my father lost in his business twice, right? He lost everything back in the early 70s when we had an oil crisis. He went to Florida and opened a restaurant, and then there was no tourism during that time, so he lost everything. And he grew up in Houston when he came to the U.S., but then later on moved to Dallas, and then he's just basically started back in the back of the kitchen, and then slowly is making his way up into owning another restaurant, and then later on getting to multifamily and single-family homes. So
from restaurant owner, you operate the business.
Yes.
You get the cash, but you don't spend it. You save it, and then eventually you move into real estate.
Yep.
And especially commercial real estate. You have no idea, Daniel. There's so much that I want to ask you in commercial real estate because I see your family. You know that wealth, it gets kept in commercial real estate.
Correct.
And it's keep getting passed down from generation to generation. And then people grow it. The next generation get to grow it more, and then the next generation.
Hopefully. That's another thing, is teaching the family, and my father also instilling those things like, hey, built the foundation. And you see it in our generation, like second, third, fourth generation. The empire kind of crumbles because
I know, right? Because there's going to be that kid over there that don't know how to manage the wealth, and then it's crumble, and then the next generation have to restart again.
Yeah. And that's why I'm excited about this platform, and I would love to share what we're doing also, because that's creating a legacy as well.
Exactly, and we're going to dive right into that. But I just want to touch something real quick, since a lot of people who's watching the show, they're new in the real estate.
Yeah.
So if you just could go back in time just a little bit and think about, hey, this is Daniel, I just get out of school, I just come back from the United States. I'm fresh. What is the initial challenge that you face, and how do you overcome that in business or real estate? Because a lot of agents, especially in your group, my group, they just get their license, right? They run into all kind of struggle. So they really gonna benefit from your story and how you can overcome that.
We have a quote that we always say: your network is your net worth. Meaning that as you get your real estate license or in any business, you need to start building up your network in all different aspects. And I think critical in my career, I didn't build that for the first 5-6 years. It's not until my father got sick that I realized that network is the most important, because without having that, you really your group is really small, and
you're the people around you. Not the money, but really
not the money.
The people that you know, you build relationship with.
So first thing for a new agent is build the relationships with lenders, title, people in business, and just have that, because that's your sphere, right? The bigger your sphere and the stronger your sphere, the better your career is going to be, and you're going to take off.
And just one small thing I noticed, Daniel, a lot of people, when it comes to lead, right? New agent, they ask us all the time, hey, how do you get lead? How do you get lead? And my answer to them is that, hey, I don't have a magic pill for you. But who do you know? For me personally, I spent my time working for University of Houston. I spent my time working for Hewlett Packard. And I spent my years and years working for Schlumberger. These are my sphere. These are my people. These are the people that I service their computer. I have a relationship with them. They know how I work. They know how I function. And that, for those that is picking a job right now, if you think about quitting your job to do real estate, think about your job as a really strong base for you to grow. Right? Most of my clients, these are the people I work with, and I know throughout my working and my studying career. So back to the point, your net worth is your net worth. Right? You have to really focus on the people around you.
I agree. In leads and things like that, it's our own business, right? If like you're in Houston, so my dad used to take us go to deep sea fishing. So if you don't put a bait on the hook to go catch fish, there's nothing, you're just casting away. A lot of agents, they're casting
casting away.
And sometimes you're using artificial bait, and you got to do a spray with the scent, right? It's your business. What are you casting out there that you're gonna be able to fish? Do you want a big fish, small fish, or the rock, right? So you have to, it's your business, what you're putting out there, right? Like content creation, right? We're starting to learn. I was never a big content creation person. I took photos, but speaking today and things like that, this takes time, and don't be afraid of doing content creation. And I'm just excited to be here. Also, I wanted to say, we have a great person walking behind us. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, is here.
Hi, Glenn, how are you?
How are you? When you have a founder and someone that pours into us, and the idea of a leader that his focus is about the shareholders and the agents in this company. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just want to wrap up your point regarding casting the nest. Right? It's not just about content creation, but how do you work and how you treat people, right? Most of my clients and most of the people I know, they know me on how I work in Schlumberger, right? This is the way he worked in Schlumberger, the way he worked in Hewlett Packard, the way he studied at the school. That is the way that he's gonna do business. Right? So it's just something as simple as that, right? Your energy, your momentum, the way you treat people, that never changes. How you do one thing is how you do everything. It doesn't matter if I fix your computer, Daniel, or if I serve you real estate, right? My commitment to you is the same, right? And my integrity is the same. And if you can just cast that into the world, you're gonna see the result coming back so quickly, like magic. Right. So moving on to the second part of the talk, like, why are you here? Why are we here, Daniel? Why Cabo? Man, what are we gonna do here?
I'm here for taking a break. I'm looking at the ocean right now, the pool.
What is this place? Man, it's so nice.
Why am I here? In our business, you always have to improve. You always have to level up, always constantly learning. And if you're not learning, you're dying, right? If you're not growing, you're dying. And
I'm gonna quote what Glenn Stanford say in a text message, right? If you're green, you are ripening. The moment you ripe, and then you start to rot. So you always have to be in this green, this growth mode, because when you think you made it, that's when you start to rot. So we're always in constant growth mode all the time.
All the time.
And that's why we're here. Like Zoom can only get you and me so far, Daniel. At one point, you're gonna need this personal connection, belly to belly. And trust me, when you put amazing people
belly
in
to
the
belly,
room,
I like that.
When you put amazing people in the room, Daniel, magic thing is just gonna happen. But since we have this conversation with Rod right now, what is revenue sharing in your own work?
So revenue sharing, after understanding the model that Glenn and the rest of the leadership created, it is actually legacy building. I'm able to create a legacy for my children of entrepreneurs coming together. And that is what I look at
I
revenue share, because it's not about the physical money, it's actually the people. The revenue are people.
Oh
So
man, that is
by having your entrepreneurs coming together in this community that we're creating together, that is the legacy I'm passing to my children. They're going to get all of the real estate assets that we own over 50 shopping centers and things like that. But like I said, if they don't have a foundation and they don't have a good sphere when the day I'm not here,
there you go.
guess what happens?
It's going to be very difficult.
And we see that in history, right?
Oh man,
And
that is so true.
and not just I call the revenue, the people. I call them uncles and aunties.
Yeah. Yep.
But what about their children?
Exactly.
If my children can connect with their children and their parents are teaching them leadership skills, entrepreneurial skills, growth skills, that is who I want my children to connect with.
Yep.
So,
wow, that is just so powerful, Daniel. I'm a little bit speechless right now because the way you explain revenue sharing is so different from many people. Yeah. I know that we have the number, our comp plan is really good.
Yeah.
We have 7 level. When you attract, look, hear the energy downstairs.
Yeah.
If you just learn how to invite people, how to connect good people together, revenue is gonna come back to you later.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, this is the real estate service company.
Yeah.
We sell house, we sell shopping center,
Yeah.
the commission come back. And thanks to Glenn, instead of keeping 100% of the commission,
he's a billionaire not because of the 20% that the eXP does. He created a platform for you and me.
Yep.
That's what he did, and it's a platform that is global. So yeah.
Yeah. So the revenue share, instead of keeping it all to the company and keep it private, number one, he make the company public so that you, me, the person watching this video right now,
we are owners.
Yep, you are owner, right? You can just go to Robinhood or E-Trade, you can buy eXPI stock, right? So you can own a piece of a company, or better, right? When you and me close a deal, Daniel, we get to buy a stock at the 5% discount. And then when you hit Icon program, you get awarded all your cap back, the $16,000 that you pay into the company. You need to do a little what I call community service to serve the agent. And then you get that $16,000 back in form of stock. So you have equity in the company. Yeah. And then if you help the company grow, like Daniel say, connect good people together. And then when they close a deal, you're going to get a piece of that revenue share. Instead of keeping it all, Glenn keeping it all, he shared it with us. Right?
Correct.
And that is what built the company. And for me, when I see that, when I put my investor hat on, Daniel, I love to collect houses, right?
Yeah.
I love to collect buildings. But now all of a sudden I have another piece. I can build a group of people, and that in turn is an investment in human itself.
Yeah.
So you have investment in physical assets,
yeah.
And then you also have investment in human. And for me, that's so powerful.
Yeah. And another thing of what I look at revenue share is, for me, as just trying to be a leader and being the light of the group together with other people that have that light.
Yeah.
I found my purpose, right?
Yep.
My purpose is to pour into people in different aspects. And real estate, because I'm in it already, it just makes sense because I get to find good leaders coming together, pour into them, they get to pour into their team, and it just continues to duplicate.
Yep.
That's growth, right? You got to have a duplication.
Yep. And just when Uber is coming, Lyft is going to show up. In Vietnam, we have Grab. There's so many companies that look at our model because it's proven, because it's worked. They want a piece of it, and they want to copy it. Yeah. So what is your thought on the copycat?
No, it means that our model is a proven fact that it works, and that's fine because you need competition because it keeps us agile, and it keeps and we have. If you look past couple of years, I've seen the company when I first started 3 years ago, the changes that it's making, and it's always constantly evolving, right? Yep. We're not set in stone and everything, but the thing is, it has to make financial sense as a shareholder, right? It has to. We're 90,000 people. We're no longer a startup company.
We're not 10,000.
Yeah, we're not a startup. A lot of things they have to do is, and that's why I leave it to leadership. And of course, we have our agent, the leadership council that we have, the ALC, and just things like that, AAC, and so let them help grow the company.
Yep, the competition is going to make us better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And guess what? They don't have you, they don't have me. Yeah.
Correct.
You can copy the model, but good luck trying to copy Daniel. Good luck trying to copy me. All right? Yeah, yes. People follow people. Yeah.
That's right, I agree. Yeah, people, it's a culture we create together.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at a model and you find your leaders to come together that's going to support, and you've done a great job. I've seen you when I first got in the company. I was like, wow, look at same thing.
Struggling, trying to make it out there, but eventually
we learn from each other. That's the beauty of being a shareholder in the company is you're my affiliate partner in our group. And I look up to you, and I help your team in Dallas, and we have events. So just the collaboration is key to building an organization.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, thank you, Daniel. Just we moving on to the third part, the final part of the conversation. How do you manage between your business and personal life? A lot of agents, they struggle with this, with traveling, taking care of the family, and in the time have to grow the business. Do you have any tip for them to manage between personal and business?
What I look at, because I grew up in the business, so I had a first perspective, so I got a little insight. It needs to be encompassing all, because you're building wealth and legacy for your whole family, not for yourself. So the wealth and legacy, it needs to come. So if you have a spouse, your spouse needs to understand and support you, because that's important.
Really
if you don't have your family support in this, it is going to be a struggle.
Very struggle.
And we see not just in eXP, but any real estate agent, they do struggle in life.
Yeah.
And we see a very high divorce rate in eXP, in real estate in general. And so we even created groups for counseling, or we recommend, hey, you know what, if your spouse is not supportive, why don't you guys seek certain things, because that family support is very important if you're building a legacy, whether you're investing in real estate.
There's a certain risk that you need to take. And your spouse need to be on board with it, right? There's going to be some sacrifice. Unfortunately, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? You got to work at it. It could be us being here, working on the business instead of spending time at the home. So these are something that you really need spouse support. If not, it's going to be difficult. So work on that.
And this model actually saved more time for my wife, because my wife's a CPA. So she used to do all the 1099s to the agents. She no longer has to do that, because everything is pushed to corporate. So